Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Harrah's Hoosier Park and the Road to the Derby Challenge. Michael Chamberlain and Jacob Reinheimer here in the Dan Patch studio. Jacob, we have three races to discuss this week. The first of which we're going to talk about in this video is the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby with a purse of $500,000.
Yeah, the final three. We have reached the final weekend, now extended weekend, with the rescheduling of the Bluegrass. But yeah, down to the final three, but still a whole lot of opportunity to earn some points. And you work your way up that leaderboard because we have $2,000 on the line for this Road to the Derby contest.
And I got off the schneid last week. Sandman got me a winner, so I was very happy to see that. We have a field of 5 here in the Santa Anita Derby. Unfortunately, it's kind of a short field, but we kind of expected that here because I will say, of the 5, you've got 3 very strong candidates to win come May 3rd.
I was going to say short but stout field of 5 here, especially I think the 2 to the inside, Journalism and Citizen Bull, starting right next to each other. I think they're going to garner a lot of eyes. And then the other Baffert trainee, Barnes, certainly want to keep an eye on as well.
Barnes, a $3.2 million purchase at Fasig-Tipton back in August of 2023. So that is some serious coin. So they are certainly expecting a lot out of him over the few weeks we've got coming up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the picks for the Santa Anita Derby. We do agree on the one, Journalism, for trainer Michael McCarthy by Curlin out of an Uncle Mo mare. Already has a win over the track. And that lineage, Curlin out of an Uncle Mo mare, you kind of can't beat that, really.
I love that pedigree so much. That's a huge factor of why I picked him on top. And he's just been so impressive, racing out in California, winner of the Los Alpha Charity, a Grade 2 there last December. He backed up nicely, first time after a 3-month layoff in the San Felipe, gets the job done pretty convincingly over there, over Barnes, which a winner by a couple lengths. Rodriguez was in that race as well. He's going to be featured in the Wood as one of the contenders there. So I'm going to ride with Journalism. Been very, very impressed by him for trainer Michael McCarthy.
And I'm a broadcast journalism major from Arizona State, so I kind of stick with the hometown here. But again, Umberto Rispoli riding for trainer Michael McCarthy, and I hate to say this because it usually always turns out this way, but the horse that wins this race more than likely could be the favorite come May 3rd. And you got to sit here and make this point, though. It's a 5-horse field. How is that 5-horse field performance going to translate when you've got up to 20 horses in the gate for the Derby?
It's something I think we've seen a lot over the last couple of years, where these stakes races in California, the fields get shorter and shorter, and then you're going to run into more traffic in that Kentucky Derby than you're going to see anywhere else, which this has been a little bit of a theme over the course of this Road to the Derby. We've seen some shorter fields, but you have to imagine horses that have seen some bigger fields, whether it be in Louisiana. I know the Wood has the biggest field this weekend of the 3 contest races. You just have to wonder that being able to see that traffic ahead of time, get yourself in a little bit of trouble occasionally, that can go a long way come Kentucky Derby time.
And the last 2 that I can think of here are Stronghold, who won this race last year. He ran a good race in Kentucky. He did. He was in contention, top of the stretch, just quite didn't have the finishing power. And Rock Your World, who won this race and was a very inexperienced horse. I think he had only had 3 or 4 starts coming into Kentucky, and he ended up nowhere on Derby Day. So, I really am interested to see how that's going to translate come May 3rd. Now, the second pick for me is Barnes. Into Mischief is the sire out of an American Pharaoh mare. And again, you really can't quite beat that because, you got a Triple Crown winner there on the bottom side, and Into Mischief is right up there with Tappet as far as sire of sires. This horse was a winner in the San Vicente, going 7 furlongs on January 4th, was second to Journalism after leading all the way in the San Felipe on March 1st. So that does tell you maybe the staying power here is not necessarily what's going to really play well. But, I certainly think in the shortened field and with the 3 top picks, that's just kind of the order I came up with.
Yeah, I went to his stablemate second, that being Citizen Bull. This, of course, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Champion from last November at Keeneland. Backed it up with a nice win in Lewis at Santa Anita on February 1st for his 3-year-old debut. He is a horse that likes to go to the front and kind of lead every step of the way. That's what makes me a little bit nervous for him when it comes to Kentucky Derby time. He just likes to be on the front, have things his way, and then he'll kind of take over from there. You got him at 15-1 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last fall. You're not going to get 15-1 on Citizen Bull here in the Santa Anita Derby. I expect him to be the speed of the race. How much are they going to push him early? That's my big question.
Well, and the other question, as I just mentioned, Barnes went right to the lead in the San Felipe, and they're both the Baffert horses. Now, I got to believe that Bob is saying, well, I don't want to burn the 2 horses out, and then have Journalism come rolling right by me. So I'm going to be interested to see how he plays that strategically on Saturday.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big question because on paper they both look like the speed between Citizen Bull and Barnes. You look at the other two contenders, whether it be Westwood or Beza, not a whole lot of early speed there. In journalism, you don't see a lot of early speed from him. He likes to stalk from just off
Right.
the pace and kind of roll on that last turn. So it really looks like the two Baffert trainees are going to have to settle it amongst themselves early.
And that style really does work in Kentucky. And again, I just have to say, small fields going to that big stage in Kentucky. I hate to say I got to see it,
Yep.
but we'll see how it works out come May 3rd. But as of this Saturday, Jacob and I both do have journalism on top for trainer Michael McCarthy, and we have Barnes and Citizen Bull right behind, just in the opposite order. So 5-horse race, very good field, however, in the Santa Anita Derby, part of our Road to the Derby Challenge. Of course, you can play on our trackside promotional kiosks on Saturday. Be sure to get out here to Harrah's Hoosier Park for that. For Jacob Reinheimer, I'm Michael Chamberlain, wishing the best of luck to you all.